Have you ever sat down and actually gave serious thought to what time is? What time actually means? Time is one of the scariest and most fragile things I have ever thought about before, and occasionally I find it leaking back into my thoughts. Time, although it is a noun, isn't actually a physical thing. Time is a concept. It isn't tangible. When I am talking about time, I'm not referring to what we measure and see when we look up at our clocks or down at our watches and phones. Time has two definitions, and I am referring to only one of these. Merriam-Webster defines time as either A, the measured or measurable period during which an action, process, or condition exists or continues, or B, a non-spatial continuum that is measured in terms of events which succeed one another from past through present to future. I am referring to definition B in this video. We break time down into three categories when we talk about it, and I will talk about each of these and why sometimes it really messes me up to think of them too much. The past is what we use to refer to events that have happened already. Yesterday, a week ago, a year ago, a decade ago, are all ways that we identify events of the past. We have history, and that is the study of the past and the impact it has had on the present and what it could mean for the future. The past can get to me sometimes because of how human beings store memories. To put it simply, we really don't. We recognize patterns and repeat them, but we don't have a real section of our brains that stores and holds our memories. You can even trick people quite easily, in a lot of cases, to remember events that they never actually witnessed or experienced. No matter how real a past event was, our memories are so fickle and fragile that we can never truly remember it, experience it, and perceive it the same way again. We are literally wired in a way that prevents us from truly experiencing the nostalgia of situations. In essence, this makes anything that we have ever perceived cannot be perceived that way again. The past doesn't exist because we cannot truly perceive it. We can have feelings, trauma, or thoughts that are triggered by memories, but those memories aren't all that real. The present is what we use to define moments that are happening now. Things happening now are what you are seeing, hearing, feeling in this very moment as you watch this video, see my silhouette, and hear my voice speaking. The present gets me down the least of the three. Once during a psychedelic experience, I decided to appreciate the present more for what it is. I will go into this further at the finale of the video. The future is what we use to define the things that have not yet happened or may never happen at all. The future is an absolute possibility. The trippiest part of the future is that of the three states of time, it is the least real of them all. The past has happened, and we can perceive evidence of that everywhere, even if we can't trust our memories that it was perceived correctly. The present is exactly what we are perceiving, even if every single moment that goes by technically becomes the past and thus becomes almost unreal as well. The future is not real. The future does not exist at all because it has not yet been perceived, and once it has become perceived, it is no longer the future. No matter what, it can and only will be a big what if, and it can never be anything else. So the thing that gets me, if I get stuck on these thoughts, is that if the past can't truly be remembered, the present is in constant passing, and the future doesn't exist, where does that leave me? What matters? I know many people who, after thinking on this subject, have really struggled finding their purpose in time and space. I myself struggled in this exact area for about 1.5 years once. My personal saving grace, one that may not work for others, was taking LSD. I do not condone the use of illegal substances, and I am simply sharing my experiences for educational purposes. Under the influence of psychedelics, time gets completely eradicated. And you have no choice but to accept the fact that you basically live and exist in what I call a forever now. I have to remind myself that it's okay to feel down or miss the past that I may or may not be remembering accurately. I have to remind myself that it's okay to feel anxiety at the prospect of the future being capable of containing anything. I have to remind myself that it's okay to exist in the forever now and to make the best where I am currently, even if time isn't real and thinking about it too deeply sometimes can really freak me out. I at least try to stay positive about it. I don't know. Sometimes life makes me sad. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch this video. And whether you loved it or hated it, let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more thoughts.